Well, good morning. It's hard to believe it is Sunday, September the 20th, and I'm hoping it's going to be a beautiful day here in Tampa Bay as our church family begins driving in this morning. Just a reminder that our services begin with our children's rally time at 9 o'clock in the Friendship Hall, and then at 9:15 the children transition into a choir program with our music pastor, Steve Armstrong, and then they go to their Sunday school classes around 9:45 and are in Sunday school until the morning service. And for the rest of our church family, of course, the teen Bible study and adult Bible studies all begin at 9:15 this morning. Pastor Barbara will be broadcasting the Sunday school hour from the auditorium on Facebook and also on Hillsdale's website, www.hillsdalebaptist.org. Now, I'm looking forward to the morning service. The staff, we're opening up with Count It All Joy, a quartet number that has been interesting to work on this week. One of our members had a trial, and you might even hear about that this morning. But Count It All Joy, and then some of the great hymns of our faith, And Can It Be, Amazing Grace. As we, as a church family, we continue to be traditional in our worship. We're not really interested in entertaining. We're interested in edifying, encouraging, but more importantly than all of that, to worship the Lord. And we invite you to join us today. Now, the title of my message this morning is continuing in our prophetic series. The title is The Imminent Day of the Lord. Last week we looked at Joel chapter 1. This week we're going to look at Joel chapter 2. And we're going to notice the cyclical nature of God's providences and man's sinful nature. Israel, Judah, as God's people, are forever throughout the scriptures having those moments of revival when they turn their hearts to the Lord. But sadly, they follow the way of the sinful nature, the bent of the heart of man, and they depart from the Lord. The Lord then sends prophets, sends preachers, calling the people back to repentance. And of course, often that does not happen. As a result of that, God sends judgment. The judgment humbles the heart of God's people. God's people, in their point of sorrow and shame and humility, they turn back to the Lord. They enjoy a season again of revival. And sadly, the cycle just continues on and on. But one thing that you find in history is that spiritual awakenings and spiritual revivals seem to always follow a time of great sorrow that then follows a time of enlightening. And so we're going to be looking at that this morning in our morning service. And I'm looking forward to closing with some spiritual lessons. And allow me to just share with you some of those. The first is this. When the Lord sets himself against an enemy of his people, no one can harm them. Another is, you have no need to fear when you abide in the center of God's will. And then finally, you're going to notice that prosperity is often a sign of God's Spirit and his pleasure. I hope you'll join us this morning for our 10:30 service. We will be broadcasted on Facebook, but we'll also be broadcasted on hillsdalebaptist.org, which is where the majority of people seem to find us. I bid you farewell until we see you later this morning. I hope many of you will brave getting out. It seems that we can go anywhere but to church in this coronavirus environment. And there are churches in California that are being persecuted for gathering and worship. I invite you, join us today for worship. God bless you. And I hope I'll see many of you in a couple of hours. God bless. Bye-bye.